thought we need to go over TV, but Tom Peterson said there were so many requests for it, and we're going to, since Tom is one of the greatest boosters we have, and responsible for most of the sponsorship, and we're going to go along with Tom Peterson tonight and have this on television. But, ladies and gentlemen, now please keep the aisles clear because we got to have this aisle with not a soul in it, so stay clear away from the aisle. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how I got talked into this match in the first place because I don't understand it, and it was Billy Jett's desire to have this kind of a match, and so I might explain it wrong, because I've never seen one either, but I'm going to have Billy Jack come and explain the rules of this, because it was at his suggestion, and I don't understand it well enough to be sure I'm right on it. Will you take over and explain what the deal is?
Don and everybody in Portland, Rip Oliver knows this, and I know this. This is one of the most vicious matches in professional wrestling. We've had about every kind. But the people in the Northwest have never seen this. It's called a stretcher match. And the only way that I'm going to get my hand raised, or he's going to get his hand raised, if he's toted back to the stretcher, in the stretcher all the way back to the dressing room or to the hospital, or I'm all the way back to the dressing room unconscious or in the hospital. Isn't that the kind of way you want it? One way or the other?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I guess it explains the rule. You'll have 6 men here to, I still don't understand it, but I guess that's the way it works. But this is, nothing, everything goes, no disqualification.
Don, I'll tell you what, I know you don't understand. This feud's been going on for 3 years. The way it's going to be, somebody's going to be hurt. It could be me, it could be Oliver. That's why the stretcher's here. Someone's going out all the way.
We don't need to get things started yet. Come on.
Introducing in his corner, 245 pounds from Florida, Rip Oliver. Opponent in his corner, 248 pounds from Portland, Billy Jack Haynes. Now please keep this aisle clear all the way back to the dressing room, because if they're going to carry a guy out, they want no confrontation at all with anybody.
We've got wrestlers around the ring, but apparently they're going to be assisting in carrying out the loser on that stretcher. I'm still surprised that we're going to have this on television. I don't think there's really any place for this on television. I don't think there's any place for this in any professional sport. So this is what they wanted, and I guess that's what they felt the crowd wanted. Maybe to end all this big feud.
You all paid your money. I'm from Oregon. Let's hear some noise out there. Come on.
This is a stretcher match. And as I understand it, the loser has got to be carried out of here on his... Oh, we're going to have a slapping match right now. There they go. There they go. It's Oliver against the ropes, and Billy Jack Haynes is right on the way on it. Left and right. He's going to open up that forehead and Rip Oliver. 1, 2, 3. My word. Just one right after another. Here comes Oliver. Into the ropes. Oh, what a clothesline. He just about took his head off, coming off those ropes. Billy Jack Haynes will go into town. He has opened up. He's opened up the forehead of Rip Oliver already. He's opened up that cut that Oliver suffered last week. Now he's going to bite it. Billy Jack Haynes did a little vampire work on the forehead of Rip Oliver. And this is one blonde that's certainly not having more fun right now. I think this is a blonde that's going to be a redhead very, very shortly. Rip Oliver outside the ring. Here comes Billy Jack Haynes outside the ring. This fight can be anywhere. Inside, outside. Oh, there goes Oliver right in that iron post. They may finish this thing out in the crowd. They may finish it outside. They may finish it in the dressing room. But whoever loses it is going to be carried out of the building or to the hospital on the stretcher. Look at the guys. They're going to try to put Oliver on that stretcher. They've got Oliver on his own stretcher. You got to be kidding. Oliver on his own stretcher. He's being carried out of here. No, he's not. Oliver doesn't want any part of that stretcher. As I understand it, they got to be carried all the way back to the dressing room. Oliver got off the stretcher. Billy suplexes him into the ring. Now they still got the stretcher at ringside. Look at Rip Oliver. Blood pouring from his forehead. Billy! A hard kick. Well, we said anything goes. And it might. This is just it's a brawl. It's a street fight. They're calling it a stretcher match, but man, this is just an all-out war in there right now. Billy using the forearm, Billy using his feet, Billy just stomping all over Rip Oliver. Oliver just being knocked senseless right now. It's been all Billy Jack Haynes so far. Oh, man. An elbow drop. Now, I really don't even think there's any place for a referee in there because this is not going to be a pin. It's going to be a carry-out. The loser is not pinned. The loser's carried out on a stretcher. A pile driver. Billy going for a pile driver. There it is. Oliver just rolled clear out onto the concrete floor. Billy Two Eagles, Jerry Hercules are calling for the stretcher again. Here comes the stretcher. Oliver just lying. He's prone out there on that floor. They're putting Oliver back on that stretcher. His head is just covered with blood. There he goes. There he goes. They're hauling him back. Now, the question is he going to make it all the way back to the dressing room? Well, he's going through the crowd right now. If they make it back to the dressing room, this baby is all over. Billy Jack Haynes is going to have himself a stretcher match win. No, Oliver's off the stretcher. Oliver rolled off the stretcher. Fell on the floor, in fact. Oliver, he's just crawling. He's crawling on. Now Billy's right there with him. There goes Oliver into the ring. And Billy's staying right with him. Billy drives a fist right into the forehead. Billy another one. Stomping. Oh, I don't even know what's keeping Oliver unconscious. Oh, Oliver drove that thumb. A thumb into the throat. A thumb into the throat. Oliver came back. He drove that thumb into the midsection, and then he drove it into the throat. There goes another one. And I don't think there's a thing that referee Sandy Barr can do. Because this is a no-holds-barred, anything-goes match. Oliver just headbutts Billy. Billy's out on the concrete floor right now. Billy took some vicious shots to the throat from the thumb of Rip Oliver. Oliver crawling out now. Getting a hold of Billy. He'll slam his head. Uh-oh, he's going that iron post. Oh! I don't think he got his head, but he got his shoulder. Just slammed it, drove it right into the iron post. The crowd yelling, chanting, "We want Billy." Billy crawling back into the ring. Look at Rip Oliver. Man, he is a redhead right now. And a red face. Oliver going for the pile driver, he's got it. Well, both men have gotten the pile driver on each other. Out goes Billy onto the floor. And now they're calling for the stretcher for Billy. Billy is out on the concrete floor. There's Apparently 2 Eagles. There's Carl Steiner, Moondog Moretti. They're putting Billy onto the stretcher. Now it's Billy Jack Haynes on the stretcher. And now they're carrying Billy Jack Haynes through the crowd. But Billy doesn't want any part of that stretcher. He crawled off. Carl Steiner yelling to Oliver, next time put him on the stretcher for good. Nick Tedeschi over there. Jerry Sampson shouting encouragement to Billy Jack Haynes. Oliver coming out with a forearm smash across the back of the neck. Billy coming back to the right hand, right on the head of Rip Oliver. Oliver with a headbutt. I could have hurt him too. That was a headbutt that both men suffered. Oliver still trying to gain his senses. Oh, that didn't help. Billy came back with the right hand, connected right on the hand of Rip Oliver. There goes the right foot. There goes the right hand. Billy Jack Haynes now getting things rolling again. Oliver just collapsed in the corner. Billy just kicking on him. Look at that. Just kicking on him. Back of his head. Both men are hurting. Oliver especially dazed, groggy, and he is really hurting. There goes Oliver into the ropes and another clothesline. Oliver is down. Oliver looks like he's out. Billy drops that leg over the throat. Well, Billy is going for a pin. He's got a 3 count, but I don't think it's going to do the job. That does not constitute a victory. That might be a moral victory for right now, but that's not the way you win a stretcher match, as we understand it anyway. The winner is the one. Oh, man, look at that. Face first, nose first, into the mat, and now Rip Oliver's nose is bleeding. You don't win this match with a pin, with a 3 count pin. You win it by being the man that's left in the ring while your opponent is carried out of there on the stretcher. Oliver outside on his back on the floor. Billy Jack Haynes staying right on it, picking him up by his hair. Oh, a pile driver on the floor? You gotta be kidding! You've gotta be kidding! Billy Jack Haynes with a pile driver! On the concrete floor! A pile driver! That has got to do it! There's no way Rip Oliver is he's gonna be out. He's gonna be, I hope they got an ambulance standing by, because that's Rip Oliver. Rip Oliver was just pile driven right into the concrete floor. There he is on his own carry-out stretcher. I don't even see him moving. I don't see him moving at all. They're just carrying him right through the crowd, heading for the dressing room. There's no way he's going to get up from that. Billy Jack Haynes with a pile driver on Rip Oliver on the concrete floor. I've never seen that. I've never seen that before. They've opened up the dressing room door back there. I think Oliver's unconscious. I think he's out cold. Did they make it back to the dressing room? I can't. Oh, Nick Tedeschi and Carl Steiner are getting into it back there. They're shoving each other around. Well, we may have some whole lot of extracurricular activity back there. I can't tell what's happening. Rip Oliver is on his feet. Rip Oliver's on his feet. He's trying to come back through the crowd. Apparently they did not make it all the way back to the dressing room. Well, he had to have some help getting up out of that. Billy Jack Haynes is coming to the crowd to meet Rip Oliver. Rip Oliver on his feet just barely. Well, Billy's got him. Billy's got him. Into the ring goes Oliver. Well, they said that the loser has got to be carried all the way back to the dressing room or to an ambulance on the stretcher. Whoa, big elbow coming up the ropes. And Rip Oliver, I don't even know what's keeping it going right now. He just suffered a pile driver on the concrete floor. Oh, man. Billy Jack Haynes just picked up Oliver used a thumb, and he caught Billy right in the face or in the throat. It's hard to tell. That thumb landed right. Oh, man, what a shot that was. Oliver's got something. He pulled something out of his trunks. His brass knuckles. I think those are brass knuckles. And he just drove them into the top of the head of Billy Jack Haynes. Referee Sandy Barr now just finally getting back into the ring. Rip Oliver had some brass knuckles inside of his tights, took him out, and he just nailed Billy right on the head out there with those brass knuckles. I don't know if Billy's conscious right now. They're loading Billy onto the stretcher. Oh my goodness, I don't think I can take much more of this. I'm not going to have a voice. I just barely had a voice when we started tonight. My voice is going south. I hope it has a good time. Oh. There goes Billy. Billy Jack Haynes being carried out through the crowd on the stretcher. Rip Oliver in the ring with those brass knuckles inside the tights there. Now, I'm trying to keep an eye on Billy as they carry Billy through the crowd back towards the dressing room. He's still on the stretcher. They're heading for the dressing room. Well, apparently, they got the door open, and I can't tell if they, that's it. Apparently that's it. Apparently that's it. They had to carry him through the door. I think Billy was unconscious or semi-conscious. He took those brass knuckles right over the side of the head. And the winner of our stretcher match, Rip Oliver, with a whole lot of help from those brass knuckles. But they said anything goes, and Oliver brought the brass knuckles into the ring, hidden in his tights. Take a look at Oliver. Does that look like a victor? Huh? Does that look like success? Now, this was his fight. It was his stretcher. And Billy Jack Haynes. Now, I think referee Sandy Barr wants... The crowd has told Sandy Barr that Oliver's got those brass knuckles in the tights. And Sandy wants to check Oliver. Oliver saying, no, I just used my fist. No way did he use his fist. Well, he used his fist all right, but he had brass knuckles. Now Sandy was trying to check him. Sandy got him. He got the brass knuckles. Boy, Oliver's getting out of their set. In fact, Sandy's got the brass knuckles on. Sandy Barr got the brass knuckles away from Rip Oliver. Now what happens? Can they reverse the decision?
Well, we really didn't expect a whole lot else from this. Started right out before the bell ever sounded. Finally, the referee just said, ring it, let's get this thing going. AWA Southern Tag Championship match. The Moondogs against the Rugged Fabulous Ones. The Moondogs represented a determined challenge before they ever got in the ring. But then, following an incident where the Moondogs tore up the Fabulous Ones' coat, banged them on the head with those big dinosaur bones they got, split the head, blacked the eye of both Stan and Steve. Stan Lane and Steve Kern, not used to being treated like that. They are really sitting on double ready and have let it out from the minute they hit that ring. Steve Kern pops the Moondog's head down on the knee of Stan Lane, and there's a tag on Stanley. Stan Lane with that back kick. Oh, look at Kern. Flying across the ring. Bumps the other Moondog down, but he gets up, puts a knee, and stands back. Talking to Stan and Steve prior to the bout, they said the hardest thing about it, the black eyes and the cuts hurt, but explaining to Jackie Fargo and apologizing to him how the coats that the Fargos had worn had gotten torn up. That was the hardest thing about it. Stan whipped into the corner, the bigger of the two Moondogs. He's a large gentleman, I'll tell you. Moondogs don't have so much height. They're big, okay, but they are really solid. They got a lot of weight. They don't have anywhere near the symmetrical bodies that Stan and Steve do, but they outweigh them considerably. Stan Lane trapped in the ring. Jimmy Hart saying, get him, get him, get him. Stan fired up high on a backdrop. And they're going after that back, too. Southern Tag titles on the line. Headbutt Stan on the rope. Steve hollering. He's way out of his corner. Now drifts back down the line as Stan Lane trying to fight back. He's double teamed, though, by the Moondog. Ooh. Steve pitches him off of there after a reverse neck breaker on Stan Lane. Pitches the Moondog off. They trade partners. One in, one out. Sunset flip. Stan Lane. Couldn't get any more than a one count on him. We're coming up on the 5-minute mark. Another 30 seconds. Corner while the bigger of the two Moondogs plants a knee in the midsection. There's a 5-minute call, 55 to wrestle. Still working on Stan Lane, and Stan now trying to kick back. Fight off those ropes. He's a long way away from Steve Kern. They have heavy punished him. There's an atomic knee drop. Stan underneath the rope. The count would not have gone to 3 anyhow. Steve Kern didn't take any chances. He just put a foot in the side into that little business. And once again, Kern comes in to help his partner out. Stan's been in there too long with the punishing effect these Moondogs can have on you. Lane in the jaw, shoots a right to the midsection. But he can't stop the big Moondog. He hasn't. Well, he gets double teamed for his effort. The referee's trying to break him up. They missed the double clothesline. Stan jumped right over the top of the clothesline. Almost took both arms right out of the socket. Steve saying, get up, Stan. And takes Steve Kerr. The muscle man out of Tampa, Florida comes in like a whirlwind. He has really been waiting for his shot at him. Stan Lane was just headbutted right off the ring apron. Steve's in there with both of them and doing very well, thank you. Slams their heads together. Southern Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Kern and Lane, the fabulous ones, defending against the rugged Moondogs of Jimmy Hart. Now, I see a bone in the other Moondog's hand. He's coming around after Stan Lane. And he bangs Lane in the head. Here comes Hart up. Lane pounding away. Look out from behind, Steve. Make that Kern. I said Lane. Kern pounding away. And for his troubles, he just got ripped with that huge bone. One of the ones the Moondogs carry, count of 1, 2. And that's going to be a 3. In 8 minutes, 35 seconds, we have new Southern Tag Champions. Jimmy Hart's Moondogs take over the title as they double team Steve Kern after having put Stan Lane out of the way with that big soup bone. So the new Southern Tag Champs, the Moondogs of the First Family, stand back in there with Steve. Steve laid out down there on the canvas. He was really slaughtered with that bone. Stan was hit on the outside of the ring. And the fabulous ones, with all the fury they had going against the Moondogs, fell victim to a little double-team chicanery by the Moondogs, who become the new Southern Tag Champions.